morning everyone, my name is Selvan. Today I am going to speak about this book called The Secrets of the Unicorn. So this book, I am going to say the book review of this book. This book is very interesting. You see here Captain Haddock, his ancestor Sri Francis Haddock, and this boat, TinTin, and Snowy, and this big boat. So these are the main things in this story and plus main characters. So once TinTin was wandering in the old street market, and in that market he found a boat. He thought it was magnificent, and so he thought of giving it to Captain Haddock. So then suddenly two men started asked to buy it, but still the owner told that it was already bought. So then they started asking TinTin. So on they went on asking, and once when TinTin came to home, he thought of giving it to Haddock, you see, because Haddock loves boat. He's a captain boat. He's a captain of many boats. He also got in many safaris with TinTin for going to somewhere in an investigation. He also used so many times boats which were controlled by him. And so Captain Haddock loves boats, so he thought of giving him this boat structure. And this boat was having a unicorn. So there are three identical boats like this boat. So the second man, he came and searched for it daily in TinTin's house. One day, daily he had time to keep them everything back. But one day before Haddock came, TinTin actually threw it mistakenly down while he was talking. And so on he fixed it back because it was easy. Only this middle one went down. So he tried and fixed it back. When Captain Haddock came, he was so shocked and took him to his room where his ancestor's photo was hanged. And he told TinTin that it was one of his ancestors' place. So TinTin thought once more and went to his room to check what happened. And then he found everything here and there, books, everything. Books stolen, pages stolen, and books fallen from his shelf, his clothes somewhere, and even the boat broken. So he thought someone came to find something about the boat. Itself he found it. And then after some time, he went through an investigation and he understood a lot. Afterwards, he understood that there was a scroll inside. While investigating who came to there was a scroll inside. When he threw it, when it mistakenly fallen out, the scroll went rolling down. And when he found the scroll, he read it and found some language. At last, at the end, he understand that there must be three boats, and three notes. So he went on finding for boats, and one he remembered whom he met there. So that place when he went, he saw that he was like with chlorophyll on his mouth, and he was slept asleep, really big asleep. And he told that at night someone came and kept chlorophyll to his mouth, a kerchief with chlorophyll, and so he fell down in there until morning. So then he checked the boat and there was no scroll. He understand that the second man who came to buy from him took the scroll. So he went for searching for the man, and then at last the men, he had another friend, so they found out that he was searching. So at one night they kidnapped him and they took him to Captain Haddock's house. Captain didn't know that it was his house. At morning he woke up then he too understand that the thieves made his mouth with chlorophyll, like how they did to his friend. Then he woke up, so he thought of getting out. Then he heard some voice. He thought it was a ghost, but no, it was some people. He went on searching. Then he found a hole near the door. So that he understand that it was a person who was talking from there. And so he told that I'm giving you 2 hours of time. Say me where you hid the 2 scrolls. But TinTin said he didn't find it because he really didn't find it. It was with him and he was pocket stolen. And so he went. He tried to escape. He broke a wall because he found a wood. He attached all the clothes where he was slept and he broke the wall. Inside he went, he saw many things of Sir Francis Haddock's or Captain Haddock's things. So there were many interesting things like pots, beads, even a soldier's armors and more. So there were plenty of hiding spots the thieves told to themselves. They started beating one armor. Then he went on, and then he made a small sound. He was scared, but there was a cuckoo clock also. Cuckoo clock. It just then said cuckoo. Then they thought it was just a cuckoo clock. It was Sir Francis or the two Haddocks must have hidden it. His ancestor Haddock. So they thought it was nothing. It was just a cuckoo clock. So they went. Then TinTin thought himself that he was so lucky. And TinTin went on searching. Then he mistakenly threw a stand onto down, and then he was scared that the people started following. He acted as if he was dead and fell down somewhere. And they thought it was a toy because they didn't assume there was a TinTin ancestor who was dead or like that. They can assume that it was his photo itself. And they assumed it was not TinTin, so they went back. And then TinTin silently escaped, and while they were going front, and then he closed the door. Through other door he closed. The people saw it, and they understand that he went. So they tried opening. That time, Nestor was like not understanding what happening, because he thought that his master sent those two thieves, criminals, to their house, Captain Haddock. So he didn't know they were criminals. He thought they were TinTin. He didn't remember him. He thought also his masters found a criminal who is TinTin, and so TinTin tried calling. Then these people told Nestor that there's a criminal in the room calling someone. Then he bet Nestor really hardly and told the captain where he was. So captain came, and then he saw the two thieves, and he wore a bottle on them. One fell down unconscious. Then they thought it was over, and they were going. Then Captain Haddock shouted at Nestor, and again came back. Then they were shocked to find that one thief was only there, because the person who fell unconscious, another one was still alive who escaped. They again heard sound, so they went to check. That time there were two detectives, the police detectives, who tried to stop them. While these were going, they tried to handcuff them, but one ran away. Another fell unconscious on the ground, so he was not able to run. So when the other second one who came out unconscious, who fell down unconscious, woke up, and he told, "I'll not go saying anything." Then TinTin told your friend, your family member, your favorite family member, didn't you know that he was alive? If you want to see him, say me the truth. So he's his family member now. So he wanted to talk to him. So he told everything what happened. And so he understood that the two other slips were pickpocketed. Because in this place, daily 6 to 7 pocket purses of women and men were stolen. So he went on searching. One day, the policeman found a man with a coat, so they understand that, and their hats now they came till their eyes, and they're not coming. So because that man who escaped in the car did their hats pull it down, so that they cannot see, they cannot do anything, and they went on. So then they took out the hats, and that time too he dashed into a bottle. So again he shouted at Nestor. So like that on, they found the pickpocket man. They went to his house and told he was a thief, but he said, "No, I'm not a thief. You're just assuming it." And he told that these are my collections. Before days I allowed to do this, because on the coat they are stitching. On the stitching there was some number written. So that's how they found out the house where pickpocketings were done. And so TinTin found a purse of that man who escaped in the car. So he took that purse, he opened it and he found those two. Again, by the policeman, he also warned them to search for more because their purses were invisible for many times. And Thompson found it, but Thompson didn't find it. There you may get confused because these two names are sounding the same, because one has P and doesn't have P, another name. So one found it, another didn't find it. So they're still searching. At last, the policemen got their purses and they went back, and you know what they saw? They caught the man who escaped in the car that time. And before they were getting to Tintin with one scroll, because he snatched it from Tintin that night when he chlorofilmed him, then suddenly they remembered that man doing their hats down to their eyes. So they found that the man was also wearing a hat, so they also did the same to the man, because that was the revenge for that man for doing their hats down. And so on, they took the scroll to Tintin, and Haddock was drinking the bottle with the wine, and again Tintin said, I found it. And then the wine water fell on him again. He was so sad that time, because he brought 3 bottles who were the costliest bottles, but still he didn't mind, because Red Rackham's treasure. He fell unconscious when Sir Francis fought with him. So his treasure must be there somewhere. So they must find it. And his 3 sons, who worked very hard on making those boats and keeping the scrolls inside, they must be away. So he suddenly kept all 3 on a way and kept it towards light. Then some number said that there was a treasure somewhere. And then Tintin shouted, we found the Red Rackham's treasure. And then the book ends here. Thank you.